Welcome again. My name is Adeniji. This is football zone. I can actually call it football fan zone. We know that every day we actually come around to give you some sport updates and football matches and all that, and actually sport in total. And from there we're going to bring it down to the boss, where we actually going to start from there. I'm going to start with the qualifier yesterday and today, and today's qualifier, World Cup qualifier, and all the news that will come into play so that we can take it from one after the other. Let me start from yesterday's qualifier. We know that the country Nigeria actually played the last qualifier against Liberia, and we know that Liberia actually played yesterday, and yesterday it was another record entirely, because Liberia actually won their match at home, but Nigeria actually did a double header, because the fear was some major stars could not actually attend the match. The likes of Kelechi Iheanacho did not actually play in the match, but not unfortunately, someone like Victor Osimhen was there to actually bring the party to the Cape Verde players. Okay, let us take it one after the other. The first match actually started yesterday in Africa, because we have a lot of different continent playing the World Cup qualifier at the same day. Ethiopia actually started by winning Zambia by a long goal. That was a very big cracker, as we know that. Following by Malawi actually won at home as well, just a slim margin. At that point, rushing down is Tanzania at won. That match was a very big and large match, goal scoring, because Tanzania actually won that match 3-2. It was a very good cracker that actually take up the day. I know that the home team will actually dance round the town, because the opponent, the Zambians, really want to actually take the day before the Tanzania actually came back to win the match. Yesterday, another match was Tanzania played with Madagascar. They won actually the match against Zambia. And Tunisia actually won the match by 2-0. And the home fans were actually in a disturbed mood, because the Tunisians actually came up to actually win the match. It was a very good scoring line for the Tunisians, because they are in a very good position actually to qualify for the next stage of the World Cup qualification. Going down to the next one is about concerning Nigeria. It's called Cape Verde against Nigeria. The first half was 1-1. Osimhen actually came out to score, and it was 1-1 because the first the player Tavares, the one that just signed for the Gunners Arsenal, actually scored in the 12th minute, and before we called the whistle off in the first half, Victor Osimhen actually returned that goal, and it was a cracker before the second half. When they came in the second half, it was a good side, it was a good cracker. A lot of fans from the Super Eagles fan were actually agitating if that match will actually go down as draw, but because of the resilience of the Super Eagle players, and it was a very successful match for that. Actually, that match was 1-2 to 1 in favor of the Super Eagles. Go down to the next match is the Congo against Senegal. The match actually was almost the same thing like the Super Eagles, because the first half it was 1-0. And the Congolese actually came back in the second half to actually score one. The match was going 1-1 till when it was 70 minutes before the likes of Sanamani actually came back, and another penalty was actually scored, and Man actually crowned the day, and the match was 3-1 in favor of the Senegalese. Now let us quickly rush down to the scorelines. We have Equatorial Guinea with Mauritania. It was 1-0 in favor of Equatorial Guinea. Let us quickly rush down. The next one was Angola against Libya. Libya was, for me, that match was, I don't want to say that the match was a very upset. It was an upset for the Angolans, because they never expected Libya to actually go down, because Angola is a very strong side. For Libya to actually go there to defeat them, but names doesn't actually play football. It's just seriousness and concentration that actually play football, and that match was won 1-0 in favor of the Libyans. The match actually played drew in Burkina Faso against Algeria. It was 1-1. Nobody expected, because the football pundit actually knew that Algeria, that actually won their previous matches against like 3-0, actually could have come to this stadium, Burkina Faso, to actually win with a larger margin. But sometimes we say that seriousness and focus actually can actually take the party. But the Algerians actually scored first. The second half, the Burkina Fasons actually came back to actually equalize the goal, and they add on to that scoreline before the referee actually blew the whistle, and down to the. That is all about that. And the Sudan actually against Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau actually won the match 4-2 for that. And let us quickly rush down to the other World Cup qualifier. We know that this qualifier is against Qatar 2022, because a lot of countries actually fighting team and team to actually qualify for that. Okay, let us take it wrap to the next one. Is about the World Cup, the European World Cup, where we have in Asia we have different continents. We have for the North American, South American. Now this one is for Asia, where we have the likes of South Korea defeating Lebanon by a long goal, and we know that South Korea is actually a powerful side. And we have Vietnam against Australia. Australia actually won that match by a long goal as well, because Vietnam is not a big country that actually played football like that they're just coming up. But Australia actually just scored that goal 1-0 in favor of the Algerians, the Australians actually, as I would say. And the next one is China against Japan. Japan, when a lot of people actually came out to tell me that that match is going to be a cracker. There were a lot of goals. I say sometimes you don't do like that, because the like of Son is actually in that country called Japan, but they actually mistakenly actually to put a goal behind the back of the post of the Chinese keeper, but it was anyway 3-point count. Japan actually take the day, and it was 1-0. The next one is what Oman against Saudi Arabia. A long goal. All this is just a single goal. And for that match, the one that came is a 0-0, 1-2 apiece, is Syria against United Arab Emirates. The match was 1-0 in the first half in favor of UAE, and but the Austrian actually came out in the second half to actually score that goal, so that they can actually have a point. A point is good than losing, you know that. And the match ends 1-1 apiece. And the next one is about Iraq against Iran. Iran actually showed Iraq how to play football, and it was 3-0 in favor of Iran. I'm sure that the fans of Iraq will not be happy for that result. After the match, the FA actually called the coach of the Iranian Iraq team to actually talk to him, to say that the next matches shouldn't be like that, or else he will be fired on that. So the next match that was played, we know that Portugal actually played a match yesterday as well. Portugal won that match against 3-0, and other matches was played as well. The Europe World Cup qualification, I'm going to take it as fast as I can. I said that Portugal won 3-0. Austria against Scotland. Scotland actually won that match as well. We know that Bosnia and Kazakhstan was what 2-0, and then Croatia and Slovenia was in favor of Croatia 3-0. Denmark actually showed Israel how to play football. It was 5-0 in favor of Denmark. Faroe Island actually lost their last match, and they came into this other match. It was 2-0 in favor of 3-1 in favor of Faroe Island. And then the next match was France. France actually won the last match. France played. They played that match against Ukraine. And a lot of football pundits actually came out to say that France will win that match because in possession France was carrying the day. You know, most times possession doesn't play football. We know that it's when the ball gets to the back of the net, that is when we know that the 3 point actually counts. But we know that France came back, you know, and to actually redeem their image by winning that match by 2-0 against Finland. And let us rush down to Ireland against Serbia. It is 1-1 on that match. And Montenegro and Serbia, Montenegro and Latvia, sorry to say, it was 0-0. That match was a barren draw on that one. Netherlands, the likes of Memphis Depay was on that one as well. It was 6-1. Sorry, yes, 6-1 on that one. And let us go to Russia and Malta. Russia actually came back to actually have a good party because they really want to qualify there, because they know that they're not in a good position on the table, and the rest matches they need to win that match before them to qualify for the next stage of the World Cup qualification. Slovakia actually won Cyprus 2-0, and that was the matches that was played. We know that under 21 played match and some matches as well, but these are the major matches that was played yesterday. And let us quickly rush down to today's qualification. And there's a lot of World Cup qualification, Europe World Cup qualification today, and we are going to go back and talk about these countries, how they will qualify. And in the next episode, I will tell you which of the stage they are on the table. And let us go to Armenia against Leicester. They are going to play the match. And Albania against San Marino, who is going to play as well. Now that we have Belarus against Germany. I think Germany will take the day because the like of Lukaku. We know that Lukaku just celebrate his 100th cap for Belgium. Actually 100 goals for Belgium. And the likes of Eden Hazard was actually there because the last match was a victorious whitewash. And I think that Belgium will take the day. Greece against Switzerland. The whole Switzerland actually won their last match. Greece actually won their last match. And I think that this match is going to be a goal galore. I say that. Just take it to the bank. I say that to you. Hungary against Honduras. I say Hungary should take this one. Honduras is not a football playing country. I know that Honduras, right, they are not very vast, but Hungary should actually carry the day. I'm going to rush this. Iceland against Germany. Germany should win this one because Lewis should know that they need, because Germany have not been playing the fantastic football recently, and how this in the last few matches, apart from the last match they play, and I know Germany actually won the match, but they want to actually get to a right position. They know that they can actually go to bed and sleep with their two eyes closed. But this match is a good to go for Germany. The next match is Italy against Lithuania. Italy have not lost any match anyway. They have not lost any match at all. But they won their last match, and I think that Italy is going to take today's match in their Kosovo and Spain will take this one. Spain is actually coming out in the fight fast cylinder, and I know that Spain, we're gonna, the like of Morata is in that team that's gonna fire them to glory, and when they do that today, they'll know that they'll either be on top on number 1 or number 2 in likes of the next opponent on that table. We have North Macedonia against Romania. I don't want to do that. These two teams, they are good to go, but I think that Romania should actually take the day, because Romania need this match. They're actually at the bottom of the table, and the winning for them, we do the coach a good one. And let us quickly rush down to the next one. It's called North Ireland against Switzerland. That match is going to be a cracker. Switzerland need the match. They need to win the match, because winning this match is a good one for them. It's going to give them hope for them to qualify for the next stage of the World Cup qualification. I just want to remind you that the World Cup is coming up in 2022 in Qatar, and Switzerland need to get there, because the last World Cup, it was a favoring side for the Swiss fans, and today they need to take the match to the North Ireland players. Poland against England, that is another cracker I want to talk about. We know that last match, and Hurricane scored a trick in that match, and likes of Saka. So Saka was in that match to give the assist in that match as well, and we know that a lot of these players need the match so they can actually erase the racist abuse on the English player. The last one we want to talk about before I actually take it to the next story that I want to talk about. The last game for today is Wales against Estonia. Wales actually won their last match 3-0, and likes of Bale need actually to score today, because he scored in the last match, and Wales, I'm giving my cap for Wales today to win the last match. And that is all about the Europe qualification. And when I come back and in the next episode, which I'm going to I know that you're going to watch it, I'm going to give you the table and how this team are faring in the Europa and the World Cup qualification. And that is all about the qualification. We want to quickly go talk about the last match against Brazil and Argentina. Before that match, I said that the Brazilians will actually come back to actually pay the pain that the Argentina players actually invaded on them in the last Copa America. We know that the last match between Brazil and Argentina was a very strong match, which Argentina actually took the day, and that was the first and I think the recent trophy Lionel Messi is going to win, because after the match Lionel Messi actually came out to actually speak to his family, doing a video call to them, and it was a wonderful experience for Lionel Messi and his team. But now the last match that was 2 days ago that they're supposed to have played, actually during the time they started the match, the officials of the Brazilian force came into the pitch to disrupt the free flow of football on them. And so it's so painful that match could not actually end well. I'm going to give you the next recap the next time. I'm going to see you in the next episode. My name still remains Adeniji. This is Football Fan Base. I'm going to see you later. Bye-bye.